More music, more of the time.
Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, we're back again.
And we ain't stopping.
You guys have the best music.
Turn it up!
The best music.
Love rock and roll. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and tonight we are live. Tonight, it's another episode in our Electric Light Orchestra series. Tonight, we're looking at Out of the Blue from 1977 and Discovery 1979. We want to hear from you in the chat. Let's do it.
Giving you what you paid for. Grant's Rock Warehouse.
All right, everybody, we are live. Look at this panel. We've got Webb. We've got the Parish of Rock. And we are here talking more Electric Light Orchestra tonight. We're taking a look at Out of the Blue from 1977 and Discovery from 1979. Gentlemen, how are you?
Wonderful.
Nice to see you. And as everyone, I want to welcome everybody in the chat, everybody watching, so you know how this show works. We will want your input when I want it. So we're working on this together. We want to rate these albums out of 10. So just keep it interactive. We do want to keep it interactive, as you know. I should put this chat thing on so we can see people's chats. There you go. It's on. There you go. Nathan's here. And Nathan, I want to give him a thanks because he started us out on a great note, gave us $2. Thank you, Nathan. Nathan's always been a strong supporter of the Warehouse, and I do appreciate Nathan. He's always here, always here. And ladies and gentlemen, Tyler's here. Tyler, nice to see you. Steven, welcome to the show. Oh, my goodness. Here we are. We thought the Parish was truly great, but we have Anthony Ferraro here again.
Ooh.
Probably going to badger me with something. Probably going to mention Eddie Jobson or something again. Greg, how's it going? Nice to see you.
Greg. Ken.
Was Ken here? Ken!
Mr. Concert himself.
Oh,
Ken.
my God. You notice how he starts off his conversation? Saw this tour 1978 World Series of Rock.
Well, that's Ken. He's seen like 500 bands.
I know. He's like a real professional.
Wow.
Goldie, nice to see you. All right, well, let's get started. So we're going to start off with Out of the Blue. So where's my window? Oh, no, I lost my window. Where'd it go?
Window.
Oh, goodness, Grant. Where is it? Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. God, I'm an idiot. Hold on, I got all these windows open. It's a mess here in the warehouse. You know how it is. There's a lot going on here. So anyway, we're going to look at
I said you got to clean your windows.
I know. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start out with Out of the Blue. This was released October 1977 on Jet. This is the 7th studio album. Of course, this is a double LP. A lot of people think that this is the masterpiece. We'll find out. It could be. So this was recorded in Musicland Studios in Munich, Germany, and of course, symphonic rock, pop, progressive elements, lush orchestration, synths, vocoder. Say it real fast. But
Vocoder.
you know, you've got Mr. Blue Sky, Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman, a lot of great songs. Is this the artistic peak? We will soon find out. I'm going to throw it over to Webb to get his thoughts on this record and his rating out of 10. All right, okay. Webb, have at it.
All right, I'm ready. You know, I go on record as saying that that Face the Music and New World Record are my favorites, but I do love Out of the Blue. 10 million sold. I give a little Cretin. But you know, when they do a double, that means it's really only 5, right? So it's 5 million sold, and they say 10 million. I did not. You might not have known that. But anyway, let's get into the songs. Turn to Stone. A great way to start out the album, right?
Quintessential Electric Light Orchestra, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I had ranked that when we did the ranking way back in March. I had that. Where did I have that? I had that number 8 in my top 10 of all time, and I just love the shuffle and it. I mean, you know, you hear that and you're like, okay, this is unbelievable. This is quintessential, like you said, ELO. I would give that song a 9 out of 10. Then we go into It's Over. That's just kind of your standard ELO. That song hasn't grabbed me much. Parish might tell you a lot more about it, but when I have to go on record saying that there were some songs on this record that I had just never heard until I knew I was doing
What, it
this
just
record.
never registered? Is there, you have something against this record? What are you trying to say, Webb?
I'm trying to say that it was kind of a new experience. Some of these songs were new experiences for me, so I haven't heard them a ton. So they haven't had time to grow on me, is what I'm saying.
But that's good. That's why I like you're here. If record is not one of those records that you're not that familiar with and you're going into it, you're diving into it, and to get your initial impressions of it, I like that. Because, you know, a lot of the records we talk about, or some guests, they've heard these albums over and over and over. And I'm one of those people like to try something new, try an old record out that I'm not that familiar with, and get a fresh take on it. So this will be good. All right, keep going.
Yeah, this is a fresh take on many songs. And I didn't have much to say about that song, but it was just a standard good ELO song. You do notice that already that there's, like you said, lush orchestration, layers and layers and layers. I would say more than any of the other albums up to here, I would think, even though they always have a lot going on. But it just seems like they have a lot of money now, and they had some time, and he just kept building and building and building, trying to make a pop masterpiece.
But isn't this true, though? Oh, I don't want to interrupt, but you mentioned building and building, but I do believe, Parish, didn't they record this album in like 3 weeks or so? I mean, write the album in 3 weeks or something like that?
It was a very quick process and recorded. I think it was recorded in Switzerland, something like that. And, recorded very quickly.
Yeah,
which just seems kind of. Well, anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Well, no, you're right.
Already.
No. I got it right here. 3.5 weeks after a sudden burst of creativity while hidden away in the chalet in the Swiss Alps. So, Grant, you nailed it. And then it took a further 2 months to record in Munich. So they, so they did take some time. Sweet Talking Woman's the third song. That was a big hit. It didn't print well. Went to number 17 in the US. I don't know where it went in the UK. I don't know where it charted. I didn't.
Parish, do you have that info?
It was top 10. I'm just check. I've got a feeling it was about number 5, but let's see where it drops.
The vocoder,
the vocoder
comes into play on Sweet Talking Woman, and you know it's hinting at the disco. It's got the disco thing. We're right in the middle of it, right? In late 1977.
Yeah.
Parish, did you find it? Like the
number 6.
Number 6.
So bigger hit in the UK. But it's a good song. It was on the radio all the time. I was 8 years old. I heard it driving around with my parents. Sweet Talking Woman, Turn to Stone. There's so many ELO songs on the radio. You couldn't get away from them, and I didn't want to because it sounded different than anything I'd ever heard really at that age. The next one, Across the Border, it tries to rock a little bit. There's a lot of layers in the production. I felt like so far in the first 4 songs, I kind of noticed that I don't know if it's maybe what I'm listening to it on, but there's not a lot of, I can't hear the bass guitar much. It's kind of like buried in all the layers. Not like you would hear it on some of the earlier albums, which when it's up front in the mix, it seems like it's kind of like, it's so lush, it's hard to hear the bass, but it was a good song. I can't say too much about Across the Border. Night in the City that's a cool riff. It sounds like Badge by Cream. I wish we could play it, but it's almost the Badge riff in there, which is really cool. I like the verse. I put Sonic Extravaganza for this one.
Well, there's a lot of effects, traffic sounds. It's in the strings on this song, I will mention, are quite intense.
Mm-hmm. And but that's the appeal of ELO. And then I think at this moment they were saying, let's just go full bore. Jeff Lynne saying, let's just go full bore with all this. Let's just it kind of had I heard a Strange Magic chord progression in the chorus. So it's almost like they took that, they kind of rewrote it. Why not take it from a good song? Starlight, I wrote the what Starlight didn't grab me much. Maybe Parish will have something good to say about it. It was all right. Another one I had not really heard. Jungle is kind of weird. Jungle's kind of weird. I love Badge. Yeah, Tim, I love Badge too. Jungle is kind of an outlier with all that percussion and stuff. Grant, what do you think? I mean,
it's kind of goofy. But when I was a kid, though, I really liked it.
Okay.
But now I'm going, I think it's kind of silly. I think it's, well, what I would call it at this point would be filler.
Mm-hmm. Agree. Stepping Out ends, well, I don't know what it ends because I was looking, it's maybe the end of side 2, I guess.
Side 2.
Yes, thank you, Parish. Slow ballad, a classic ELO ballad sound. I mean, again, it didn't really, this is another one I had not really heard. I put, for me, and this is just me because I'm a rocker, too sloggy. Is that a good word? Sloggy? Is that even a word?
I don't think sloggy's a word.
Well, I just made it up. I just coined a new word, sloggy. It's kind of slow. It kind of drags. I felt like it needed a little more tempo. The vocoder, I didn't like the vocoder on that one. But let's go to side 3 for the concerto for a rainy day suite, right? And I just think that's cool how they tied that together as a suite. Starts out with You're in the Rain, Standing in the Rain. Another kind of slow. There's a lot of mid-tempo songs on this album. Was it just me or Grant, Parish? I mean, there's a lot of like kind of mid-tempo. Turn to Stone is and Sweet Talking Woman or in Mr. Blue Sky. But then there's a lot of, I don't know, just like a lot of mid-tempo. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Yeah. But it's a cool song. But I do like Big Wheels better. I like Big Wheels better. I said that was cool. I got a Beach Boys vocal vibe in that. The vocals are just, the harmonies are just beautiful. And
well, you know, the track that I really got a Beach Boys vocal vibe was from Across the Border. Kind of reminded me Beach Boys Heroes and Villains, if anybody knows that part.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think ELO just in general, I think probably pretty much were influenced by the Beach Boys.
Right.
100%.
I mean, of course, the Beatles and then the Beach Boys, they all had great harmony. So that totally influenced them. I love the piano in Big Wheels, and it's just that kind of slow ELO groove. I like hearing Bev play that. He plays it really solid. Summer and Lightning was pretty cool. The acoustic guitar, I like that in there. There's a lot of effects on it though. I don't know what effects are on there, Grant, but it's just like it's
the kitchen sink.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool though. It's the Lost That Love and Feeling bass line. You know, I'm always hearing something in other songs, and there's a lot of thick overdubbing on it. It was cool, but then you get into Mr. Blue Sky, which is the top. Maybe I think I might have put it as number 3. I mean, come on, that song might be their masterpiece. I know they've got a handful, but Mr. Blue Sky is in the top 2 or top 5 of any song they ever put on record. And what can you say about it? We've all heard it. We know I think we all love it. I think most people watching this are going to say it's one of their best songs. It's like a ride. It's like a roller coaster ride, you know, and I never get tired of it. So we get through that, and wait, are we done with the album? Am I done?
No, you've got.
Oh no! Then those last 3 songs. That's right. Guess what? I didn't type them up. I don't know why I left off the last 3 songs. Give me the titles on those. Oh my God, guys, help me out
here. Sweet is the Night.
Yes.
The Whale.
Yes.
Sweet is the Night, The Whale, Birmingham Blues, and Wild West Hero.
And I didn't
Wild West Hero.
Okay, The Whale is the little acoustic kind of. I mean, acoustic. Sorry, instrumental. Just a lot of. It's pretty cool. The last few songs didn't do much for me, so I don't know why I didn't write it down. I don't know if it didn't print, but if I'm gonna, I'll pass it on. I'll give my rating and I'll pass it on to Parish. He probably has a lot more to say about it. I feel in my mind, I know that ELO is overproduced. That's just what they do, but I love the sound of Face the Music, and I love the sound of New World Record. That's my favorite kind of sound by them as far as production, just the way they play, a little more rocking, I felt like on those. So to me, it was a little overproduced, and I just wanted a little more rock. I put that I like 5 or 6 songs. There's a lot of mid-tempo. I needed a little more excitement. I don't want to be like bring anybody down, don't bring me down, but I'm going to give it a 7. I'm only giving it a 7, 7.5. That's all I'm going to give it.
7 or 7.5.
Yeah. So let's see what
7.
Parish says.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. While we're doing this, if you guys in the chat want to go ahead and give me your scores out of 10, I will take those now. I can do both, ladies and gentlemen. I'm professional. All right, let's turn over to Parish of Rock and get his take from the UK. Parish, welcome to the show. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Well, this is my original copy that I got for Christmas, 1977. It's falling apart, but let's see.
I've got a copy.
Ooh.
I should have pulled it like an idiot. I didn't. It's got the mobile in it, and it's not put together.
Wow.
And then there's the.
That's
and
really
then
cool.
because I'm a sucker for these things, a few years ago, I saw the picture disc version.
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
I bought the picture disc version as well. So I've said it before on these shows. It's very hard to comment on an album that's sort of been your soundtrack for your life, really. When this came out, I was 12, and as I say, got it for that Christmas a few months after it came out. Loved it then, love it now. Is it my favourite ELO album? Don't know. It kind of ties with the New World record. But I think it's certainly more adventurous than the New World record. And it kicks off with my favourite ELO song, Turn to Stone, which I think is an absolute fantastic song.
Yes.
Heavy, if you can have a heavy riff using a cello, then I think you can with Turn to Stone. So I think it's a fantastic song. I remember hearing that for the first time when they played it on the radio. Local channel in London, Capital Radio, had it on one of these Thursday night new releases, and they absolutely slated it. And I remember going to school the next day, chatting to my friends, and we couldn't believe they slated it because we all thought it was fantastic. So that was the first single. And then I'm not going to go through track by track, but yeah, the hits are fantastic. Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman, Mr. Blue Sky, Wild West Hero were the hits over here. Funny enough, they all got to number 6. So I don't know what that tells you. Never quite broke the top 5. The album was number 4 in the UK, as it was in America, which I think for a double album is pretty good going, because it was quite expensive, which is why I got it for Christmas. So favourite tracks on it, as I say, Turn to Stone, I think is really good. Night in the City, I really like. Jungle, I do really like. It is a bit childish, I guess, but I do think it's fun. It's a bit different. Big Wheels, Summer and Lightning, leading into Mr. Blue Sky, I think really flows nicely. For a long time, I didn't like Mr. Blue Sky. I liked it at the time. Over here, it was absolutely played to death on the radio. Okay. And I kind of got fed up with it. And it took me a long time, really, probably well into the 2000s before I suddenly realised I liked it again. But it is a classic, and it's a classic for a reason. It's kind of proggy, particularly with the outro on it. And I think it's certainly the song, if most people you ask them about ELO, it'd be Out of the Blue. And then I actually think side 4 is pretty cool, actually. I like Sweet as the Night. I think the whale is there's lots of whale noises put to music. But Birmingham Blues I like, and I think Wild West Hero is a great album finisher.
Yeah,
there must have been a thing about cowboys back then because we did a show earlier about Thin Lizzy and Phil
Thin
Lynott.
Lizzy show, all about cowboys.
And Phil Lynott had a thing about cowboys as well, so there must have been a thing at the time.
So just to let everyone know, wait a minute, hold on, Par. Just to let everyone know what we're talking about. Parish and I just did an episode in the Contrarians before this show where we're putting together concept albums. So we're picking, tonight's band was Thin Lizzy, so we picked some tracks to make a concept, the ultimate Thin Lizzy concept album. And all I can say is Cowboys came up a lot in the concepts. Cool. So there you go. Anyway, go ahead, Parish.
Yeah, so absolutely love this album. Been playing it all week. Really enjoyed playing it. What do I give it out of 10? Well, I gave I gave New World Record an 11 out of 10. I like this just as much. So I'm going to give this an 11 out of 10 as well.
Okay. Hot dog.
I knew Parish was going to like it a lot more than me. I knew it.
So the album that you have, I'm got to ask, is that the Jet album or is that the CBS album?
No, this is Jet. This is on the Jet label.
But was it LA? Okay, Tim, that's right. Tim said when Jet changed distribution to CBS, oh, you've got the blue vinyl too. You bastard. I don't have the blue vinyl. Mine's black. Tim said when Jet changed distribution to CBS, United Artists flooded the market with the original and it wound up in the cutouts. And you can go out there today and into the used bins and you will find quite a lot of them as cutouts. That's a good point, Tim. I remember when I was a kid seeing them in the cutouts and I just thought, why is this in the cutouts? But that's why they changed distribution. That makes sense now. I had no idea. See, kids, we're here to learn. It is.
I thought about something when you said a double album, surprising, but think about how many great double albums were 75 to 78 or 79. I mean, there were dozens that sold really, really well. And so the public was used to that, I think, didn't hold them back.
All right. So Parish, you gave that an 11. Okay. Well, this is one of those albums that, it was written quickly. If you go over to Steve Hoffman's site, some people kind of harsh on this record. In my mind, though, when I was a kid, this to me seemed like the ultimate ELO album. However you want to look at it. But I think the way I look at this record is that if you want the definite sound at ELO, I think it totally matured here. Turn to Stone, look in the dictionary. I would put Turn to Stone in there. I'd put Sweet Talking Woman in there. I would put Mr. Blue Sky in there. I just think, could this have probably been cut down to a single record and could it have been a better, more powerful effort? Probably.
Yeah.
It's like saying, oh, well, we can cut down the White Album, But I'm glad the whole thing's here, even though I think that there might be some things that you might look at that are possible filler, like Jungle. When I was a kid, I loved it. It's goofy. It's a novelty song. I can agree with Parish that, he likes it. It's kind of different. But I think you probably could have trimmed this album down to make it stronger, but I like it the way it is. Now, I'm not going to give it an 11. I do think that this, in a way, see, I'm kind of torn because when I was a kid, this thing was huge. We played this record over and over and over again.
Excuse me, guys.
I do think it is the ultimate. This is where ELO totally became fully realized, even though there are maybe some filler. I'm going to give it an 8, I guess. Maybe an 8.5 because I really do like this record. I was a little bit harsh on Jungle, but it's not like I don't skip it. I don't skip any tracks on here.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit long. Maybe you have to split it up, play one album one day and split up and play the other one. But I think it works. I think it's amazing that they recorded this album and they wrote it in 3 weeks. And they went through it. I think Jeff Lynne was on a creative high here. And I think this was the final frontier. They never attained heights like this again. I'm happy giving this an 8.5.
They got to the pinnacle, and then they kind of.
I think this is the pinnacle. Well, that's how a lot of these bands work, unless you're the Beatles.
Well,
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ooh, Nathan. Wait a minute.
I thought you gave it a 10, Nathan.
Yeah, he did. I saw a 10.
As a third.
Oh, he was 3 years old, maybe.
Oh, he was 3. Okay. BM, so 13-year-old when I got this thought it was too long. Well, I can see that.
It was the gluttonous late 70s, though. It was a time for gluttony. Everybody was doing things bigger. Yeah.
Doc says the more ELO, the better. At least there's no Revolution 9 on it. What would you rate this, Doc, then? What was your rating out of 10 for this? What would you give it?
I like Doc.
Stephen David, the ELO albums ranked Out of the Blue is a 10. Discovery's an 8.5. Well, I'll try to remember that 8.5 when I get to that. All right, we'll got a 10.
8.7.
Yeah, I don't. Revolution number 9's okay once or twice, but it's. I'd rather have had Not Guilty on there. I'd rather have had Not Guilty on there than Revolution 9. Let's say that. Lots of double albums released in the 60s, 70s, summer classics. Yeah. All right. I don't know. Rand Kelly, the king of prog, never skips anything. He's a professional, ladies and gentlemen. Never point at him and say you're a bad man. Byron's coming in with 8.5. All right.
Well, I lowballed it, 7.5.
I don't know what happened to Doc. Oh, okay.
11.
We got an 11. There you go, Parish.
He's there with Parish. If you add up our 3 ratings, it's 27. So that's a 9. Right? If I did my math right.
Greg's coming in with an 8.5. We're still coming in. All right, 8.5. Well, it's looking damn good, kids. Okay. We're 27 minutes in. We have to go to the next record. Let's calculate this dog, and we've got an 8.9.
Ooh.
I'm happy with that.
A 9.
Parish, you happy with that?
Yeah,
it's a little low for you,
good.
though. All right.
It's low for me, but it's a decent score.
I think it's good.
It's basically a 9. I love it. Parish's 9's low out of 10.
Ken White's coming in with, same here. I play each album from beginning to end.
I'm a skipper sometimes. I'm sorry. You can punch me in the side if you want to.
Webb, we've noticed that about you.
So I don't play this album beginning to end because I keep having to replay the same song over and over.
Parish gets stuck.
I get stuck, yeah.
Tim Elliott.
It's annoying. It's annoying because I'm playing the vinyl, so I have to get up and keep moving the needle back.
Tim Elliott says in the 80s and 90s, some albums were too long trying to fill a CD. I think that really came in the 90s.
Yeah.
They thought they had to jam pack everything in, which was a bad move.
Yeah.
All right, so they go ahead.
I was going to say, I think New World Record rated out at like a 9 when we did New World Record, and Face the Music was a little lower, but I think New World Record might have been like a 9 point. It might have been above 9.
I'd have to go back and look. I didn't write it down.
I don't know.
All right, let's keep moving, ladies and gentlemen. We are going on to our next record. We're going to take a look at Discovery. Now, this record, I'd say, I'm going to let everyone talk about it before I get to it. But, what can I say about it? This came out in May of 1979 on Jet. This is ELO's eighth studio album, recorded in Germany. This makes a shift. This is a shift. The old ELO is out, and this makes a shift from orchestral rock to pop and disco. I'm not saying that's good or bad. We had hints of disco on the previous record, so it shouldn't be too shocking, but they've always kind of dabbled in that. So it's really nothing new, but I would say on Discovery, we're really going in it whole hog. I don't know. I'm going to see what everybody says on this. I'm not going to say any more. I was going to say more than I thought. Nah, I'll be quiet. All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to comment on what Ken said about if you don't. I was saying I skipped around, and he said, "Well, you might as well get the greatest hits." But no, I live for the deep tracks. I skip. If I don't like a song, I mean, I'll listen to it. But if I don't like it, I'm going to skip around after I've listened to it a few times. My favorite thing is the deep track. And then Nathan asked my favorite ELO song. I don't know. I forgot what I said on our ranking, but Poker's one in my top 5. And I put Evil Woman, Living Thing, Do Ya? They were all up there. So, Nathan. So, let's talk about Discovery. Kind of, I mean, they definitely embraced disco on this. It's kind of a cleaner sound. Bass is up in the mix. It sounded like they wanted to play some of these songs in the clubs, and get some people dancing. Yeah. And, it starts out with Shine a Little Love. I mean, it went to number 1 in the UK, first number 1 album for them in the UK, and 5 hit songs: Shine a Little Love, Don't Bring Me Down, Last Train to London, Confusion, and The Diary of Horace Wimp was a single in the UK, but not the United States. And Richard Tandy nicknamed the album Disco Very.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And it went double platinum, so it sold a lot, right? And it went to number 4, in the US. So there's my background on it. It was the first ELO album not to have Mike Kaminsky and Hugh McDowell and Melvin Gale. They only appeared on the video of a couple of songs, but they were not on the album. Isn't that crazy? They're not.
No, it's not, because Jeff is. Yeah. Out of the Blue is the last hurrah. We're trimming things down. We're 4-4ing it.
We're streamlining. Right? Shine a Little Love, has a disco groove. I mean, it makes you want to get up and dance. It's that up tempo. Probably put it on like 128. Let's write a song, like Paul Stanley did with I Was Made for Loving You. We just put it on a tempo and wrote a disco song. I remember when I heard this when I was 10, I thought it was really cool. I loved the funky bass line. I mean, it's catchy. It's cool. It's got the vocoder again. Doesn't it have the vocoder again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeff loved that.
And I'm not that big of a fan of it, but it was cool at the time. I did say it had that bouncy disco beat and love it. Confusion, I like. It's mid-tempo. It's okay. It has kind of a Roy Orbison style. I said that it precludes the sound of the Traveling Wilburys kind of a little bit later. It kind of has that I don't know. That's kind of what I heard when I went. I hadn't listened to that song in a long time, and I like it. If I'm going to go through, I said the drums sound really good on Need or Love. I'm always listening to drum sounds. Nice melodic love song. Like the flow of it. Diary of Horace Wimp is a cool song. Gets a lot of high praise, right? What would you say, Parish? Seems like a lot of people talk about that song, even though it wasn't a single only in the UK. But it seems like it's kind of that deep track that people talk about. No?
Well, I'll certainly be talking about it later.
Okay, good. Because I don't want to say.
Don't burst the Parish's bubble. He's just getting warmed up.
I was just trying to get him in, I just wanted to hear what he had to say. I think I need to listen to that song more for me to really, really like it. Last Train to London has a little clav in it and it's funky. It was a single, but it only got to 39, so it barely cracked. I wonder if the United States was getting ELO fatigue, because there were so many singles over like 5 years.
Well, I know when I was a kid, I really didn't pay attention to this so much because, when I was a kid, I was kind of anti-disco. I'm not so anti-disco now,
right?
But it seemed to be such a departure for me that Out of the Blue was pretty much all I needed, when I was a kid. And this just seemed, I don't remember. Don't Bring Me Down, I remember, but I don't really remember anything else really off of this back then.
Yeah. Find a Little Love and Don't Bring Me Down were the ones I remember. I remember Confusion being on the radio, but it didn't grab me as a 10-year-old. Midnight Blue, I put was, I like the piano melody on it. And it was a little similar to Need or Love. I kind of felt like it was kind of but it kind of reminded me of mid-70s ELO. On the Run, nothing got me on that. Parish might have something to say about it. Wishing is a slow, funky groove. It's your average, good ELO song. Don't Bring Me Down. What can you say? It was all over the radio. I mean, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing it for at least probably a full year. It seemed like it was catchy. It has the drum sample. It's not even Bevan playing. It's just like it's a sample from something that I can't remember. I didn't write it down, but it's so catchy. I loved it as a kid. Everybody would say Bruce, even though it's Bruce.
Right.
But I think he said he started saying in concert, he started saying Bruce just because everybody loved it.
Everybody else thought that's what he said.
Right. And they just made had a lot of fun with it. I loved the percussive breaks in it. I just thought that was the coolest sound hearing it as a kid. Yeah, Bruce is what Greg says. But I'm at the end of the album and we're back. I just broke up a little bit. Sorry, it might have been me.
I don't know. Hard to say.
Yeah, just everything kind of broke out. I'm just going to give this album. It's not as good as Out of the Blue. They reached the pinnacle, like Grant said. They're kind of going down a little bit. I'm giving it. If I gave the last one a 7.5, I'm going to give this a 6.5.
Oh.
That's all I can give it. I'm sorry to ELO fans.
Holy crap! Sorry, all you ELO fans. I have to apologize for Webb.
I'm just being. Don't you want me to be honest? I'm not going. I'm on here being honest.
I'm just joking, Webb. It's all right.
I know you are. I know you are.
But I do have to apologize.
I can't wait to hear what Parish has to say.
All right. So we've got a 6.5 again. If anybody wants to start, okay. People are going to start again. 7. Jeez.
Wait.
All right. Parish, you're up. What's your thoughts on this one? I bet you Parish loves this record. I just bet he does.
I bet he does too.
See. So, again, this is my copy. I got it the day it was released in the UK.
Very nice.
I was a big ELO fan. That's the inner sleeve with the lyrics. I can confirm it does say Bruce, not Bruce on the lyrics. But don't bring me down. So I remember getting this, bringing it home, putting it on my record player, playing it, and absolutely hating it.
Oh no!
It was not the album I wanted. Richard Tandy calls it Disco Very. That's exactly what me and my friends at school called it at the time. But actually, I listen to it now, and I don't think it sounds particularly disco at all, really. My wife's a big disco fan, even now. She wears roller skates as she goes around the kitchen and that kind of stuff. No, she doesn't really. I said to her this was their disco album, and she laughed because she said there's not a disco moment on the album in her view. So I guess from a rock perspective, maybe it sounds a bit disco. But I have to say I did warm to it very quickly, even though I didn't like it at all at the time. The singles, with one exception, which I'll come on to in a moment, I thought were really good. I think there is a lot of ELO-isms on there. You can, even though it may be with synthesizer, not full orchestra, but you can still get that orchestral sound. Confusion, I think, is a great song. I have to say though, I still don't like the Diary of Horace Wimp. You do a show called Wall Punchers, Grant. If I was on it, this would be a wall puncher for me.
Well, if we're doing a wall punchers, Parish, when we have that next wall puncher show, damn it, you're on it.
Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, this is kind of how far can the mighty fall. I mean, I just think it is such a silly, pathetic story. Just don't like the storyline. Childish in the extreme. And I've never liked it. Still don't like it.
Oh my!
But it's the only track on the album I don't like. The rest of it I think is really good. Last Train to London I think is fantastic. Midnight Blues really good. Keep going through it. And Don't Bring Me Down is an absolute classic song. I think I had it as number 2 or not. No, probably my third favourite. I think when we did it, because I think I had it on Diary was my number 2. So my third favourite ELO song. I know everybody says it's sampled and it's not. Bevan on the drums, but I don't believe them. That just sounds so much like. So it may have been Bevan who was sampled.
Yeah.
to do it, but it doesn't sound like a sampled drum to my mind anyway. All the songs, they kind of. Horace Wimp was number 8. The other singles in the UK were number 6. Although Don't Bring Me Down got to number 3, and it's probably the song after Mr. Blue Sky that it's most remembered, I think, for ELO. Certainly, it's still played a lot over here, and I think it's covered quite a lot as well. If I listen to the rock radio, there's quite a few heavy rock bands seem to cover it as well. So even though I didn't like it when it first came out, I did warm to it very quickly. There's my 12-inch of Don't Bring Me Down.
Oh, very nice.
Which actually has a 7-minute version of it on the 12-inch, which I don't think they re-recorded it. I just think they stretched out the bit in the middle and just played a couple of bits, cut it so there's played a couple of times over. But anyway, if you want 7 minutes of Don't Bring Me Down, there it is. So what do I give it?
Did that ever come out like in a digital format? The dance version of that? I'm trying to remember.
Well, it's not a disco version. They haven't changed. It doesn't sound any different, except for the fact it's longer.
You know who the actor is that posed on the cover? That's some good trivia. It's the really tall guy, the brother in Everybody Loves Raymond. That actor that's like 6'7" or something. I can't remember his name. I think he did Ronald McDonald too for a while in the 70s or the 80s. Brad something. Anyway, that's his first gig I think ever was doing that.
Oh, Parish, what do you have anything else? I can hardly wait.
No, I haven't got anything else. What do I give it? Despite the fact I said I didn't like it when it first came out, and despite the fact I really don't like the Diary of Horace Wimp, I'll still give it a 9 because I still think over the years I've grown to love the album, and I think it is still a great album, but it's just not quite.
Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett, that's it. Yeah.
And they could have called it ELO 4 because it was down to 4. There was down to 4 of them.
Yeah, this is their Foreigner 4 album.
You got Jeff, you got Bev, you got Richard, and you got Kelly. That was all that was left.
Okay, what's my thoughts on this? Okay.
Be honest.
Always honest. I like this album quite a bit, to be honest. Even though I didn't care for it or didn't pay attention to it when it came out. I heard Don't Bring Me Down and it's fine, but I don't know. I didn't think that was top shelf ELO for me. It just seemed, for one, I don't know why Don't Bring Me Down's on this record because it doesn't fit it at all. Wasn't that an afterthought to put that on the record or something? Does anybody know? I thought I read something that they needed another song or something, and
it was definitely. I think it was the last track recorded, but whether it was an afterthought, I'm not sure.
But I don't think it fits on the rest of the record very well.
Yeah.
But I never was all that hip to that track. It's fine. I don't skip it. But I think there's, much better tracks on Out of the Blue. Anyway, what's my thoughts? Well, this album's very polished. This is a pop album. I think Jeff had took ELO where he could take it, and I think this is just the next step. Shine a Little Love's Last Train to London's great. I think Jeff Lynne's songwriting on this still remains sharp. I don't think that the songwriting has taken a hit. I just think that maybe the scope of the band and, they're embracing the more pop side, the more synth driven and getting rid of the string aspect. I don't know. Is that good or bad? I guess maybe we're changing with the times. But you would think, being disco, you know how much strings were on disco songs? You would have thought that this album would have just been plagued with strings. Seems just kind of, I don't know. Maybe Jeff was burned out. He's probably burned out after Out of the Blue. Diary of Horace Wimp. It's kind of quirky. Play that in Jungle back to back. I guess it's all right. This is sleek. This is radio friendly. This is foreshadowing 1980s pop as far as I'm concerned. I think that the shift to disco, I'm kind of with the Parish on this, because back in the time I would hear it, what I heard of it, and I didn't care for it. Now, if I've gotten older and decrepit and close to the end of my life, I don't mind it at all.
But you have a birthday tomorrow.
Of course you have. Of course, birthday party. Byron will be on. We will be live for a birthday show. Tracks like On the Run, Midnight Blue, they're solid tracks, but I don't think that they're. I think what it is that we've lost innovation, because I think this album, it's a pop record. There's no surprises here, unless you want to call a disco beat a surprise. But I don't think Jeff's taking any more chances anymore. It's just a pop record. Good or bad, it's a pop record. If you like commercial ELO, this record's for you, because this is commercial. If you like more experimental, this is not your ELO.
Yeah.
But I still think Jeff can write. I can listen to this and I don't want to go puke in the corner and skip a track. I will play the whole thing. So what would I give this? I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'd be happy giving it I think I could give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
Or maybe a 7.5. Today I'm going to go with an 8. I'm feeling an 8 because right now I could play this again. Because when I was playing it, I'd played it for a while. I'm going, yeah, this is all right. This is all right. I didn't get sick, so it's all right.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
No, Ray, in 1979 equals Discovery. It's misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
BM Bolt's coming in.
Album, right? 8th album in 8 years. I mean, since 71, right? It wasn't ELO 1 in 71. So talking about when you're saying he's burned out, they made a lot.
Message from the Country was 71 too, right, Parish?
Oh, I love that. Love that.
I think that was 71, Parish.
Yeah, I think so.
Message from the Country. Anyway, Byron's coming in with a 7. Anybody else that hasn't given me your score yet, so we can.
What about Kiefer? Come on, Kiefer.
Kiefer doesn't know.
Well, he's a teenager.
Yeah, it is. Get this, oldsters. As a super young dude, have buddies who are obsessed with ELO. Therefore, ELO is awesome. There's Kiefer coming in. Greg's coming in with a 7. Kiefer's never heard it, of course. But that's right. Maybe you want to go hear it. Yeah. Kiefer, when I see him, he seems like he's a big disco guy. Ultraviolet's coming in with a 7. Hopefully I don't die during the night, Steven. We'll see.
You're being
I never
morbid.
thought I'd make it this far. Huh?
You're being morbid. Is this number getting to you? Are you thinking about it?
Of course. Well, no shit.
Well, I got
1,000 years old. What are you talking about?
Oh, stop it.
I've heard everything before, but I've never heard Discovery. Annie T, look at this. We have Annie T representing. She's going with a 10 on this one. My goodness. She knows her ELO. She probably played this back in the day over and over and over again. All right. Well, I've got everyone's score. Let's calculate and see what we have. Doc's going 8.1. Yeah, I think I got that. Doc already got yours.
I'm guessing around 8.25, 8 something.
Kyle, your birthday's in a couple days.
Cool.
Nice. Well, happy birthday.
He's all like 30 something though. He's a youngin'.
Oh yeah. All right, so I'm going to calculate this. We have a, wow, higher than I thought. Grant will be 30. I'm the new 30. I got a 7 point, if I round it up, I got a 7.8.
Okay.
I'm happy
Yeah.
with that.
That's an 8, basically.
I would say if you haven't heard ELO, I'd say, hey, go ahead. You see this in the used bin? You haven't heard it? You might as well get it. We gave it a damn near an 8. So I guess it's worth getting.
What if I ask Parish this question? Parish, what if you're trying to sell somebody on ELO and you pick 3 albums? What are the 3 albums you're going to pick that you're going to hand to them to listen to?
I would give them Out of the Blue, New World Record, and Face the Music.
Boom. I think that's what I would do too.
Happy early birthday. Well,
Grant, what would you do?
do?
That's a good question that I posed.
Hey, we haven't even got to my records that I would recommend yet.
Oh, like the next one?
I'm waiting till I get to the end. I'm waiting till the end. I'm not going to shoot my wad early. I'm as old as Out of the Blue album.
Oh, Lord. Well,
mail it a special day. Don't just make it, mail it.
Well, KL, whatever. Gary Joyce is back with the 775, so that just stays right where it was.
Well, I'm going to add it just so I have it.
Look at Rand turning 73 soon.
Oh, Rand is old as shit.
Oh, come on. You'll be there one day, Grant.
I'm already there. Well, we've got a 7.8 still. So, yeah.
Okay.
Kiefer, I was negative 33. Kiefer always comes in to make us feel good. Yeah, Nathan's 53.
Yeah.
However, my dad was in junior high when it came out.
Well, that's oldies. That's oldies. Eh?
Jesus. Well, Kiefer, the only thing that I can say is at least I got to see all the good bands. And you have nothing left to see.
He's probably seen some good bands, but
I doubt it.
Not the classics.
No. Heck no. All right, cool. Let's wrap it up.
Just talking of ELO, seeing bands, I went and saw Jeff Lynne's ELO a couple weeks ago at Birmingham. Fantastic. He injured his hand, so he wasn't playing guitar, which he said was the first time ever that he'd been on stage without a guitar in his hand. He looked a bit awkward not having the guitar.
So I was wondering, I saw like pictures or video.
No.
What?
No grabbing the mic stand or any of that. He just stood there. He kept going to strum a guitar and then remembered he didn't have one.
Oh,
yeah,
poor
that
guy.
Must be weird. Yeah. Kiefer did see Brian Wilson live. Well,
and it was there was one concert afterwards, and then he cancelled the last 2 shows. So the big one in Hyde Park never took place, unfortunately, which was supposed to be the finale. So he was quite ill. I was Googling earlier to see if he's on the mend. There was no news. So yeah,
Anton's coming in with the 9.
Very lucky, but brilliant, an absolutely brilliant gig. It was really good. His voice was fantastic. The songs were great. The stage show was really good. So really pleased I went.
Yeah, the when he didn't make the last one at Hyde Park, that was big news. I mean, I remember reading about that, and everybody was just like, "Oh man, yeah."
Hopefully it'll get rescheduled. But
I don't know. Maybe it might. Who knows?
All
right, kids, we can wrap this one up. This one's another one for the record books.
Almost as old as Grant, I think.
Almost. Kiefer coming in bragging. I've seen a bunch of country shows. Ringo Starr and Grant and Webb's favorite band, whose name is something like Nightmare Cinema.
Dream Theater. He's playing on words.
I can't stand Dream Theater.
I know. Neither can I. You and I are the same with that.
All right, let's wrap it up. I want to thank Webb. I want to thank the Parish of Rock for coming on tonight. Marco would have been here, but he's under the weather. He got back from his vacation and caught something. You know how it works, ladies and gentlemen. You come on vacation and you get some disease. He's diseased. So we will be back. What would be the next 2 albums? Time and of course Webb's never even heard. He's barely heard Out of the Blue.
Are we going to do Xanadu?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do Xanadu. That's right.
Woo. Okay. No, I know a few songs on Time. I'm telling you, I kind of checked out after Out of the Blue. I have to admit it. That's
Dream Theater is terrible. Well, they're not terrible players. I just don't. I'm not a prog metal guy. I'm prog, or if I'm metal, I'm metal. I'm not. I'm not prog metal. That's just the way. I just don't care for it.
Yeah.
Xanadu is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Webb can appreciate the drumming in Dream Theater. Of course he can.
No, yes, I do appreciate it. I just can't go
Just
more
not
than
my
5
scene.
minutes. Yeah, 5
All
minutes
right.
is my max.
All right, gentlemen, we are at 55 minutes. All right, Parish, Webb, thank you very much. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Our clear winner tonight was Out of the Blue. We will be back for more ELO, and hopefully Marco will be back then. So, all right, we'll see everybody. Have a good rest of your week. All right, bye.
See you guys.